All right, everyone, it is Bulletproof Monday, and today we're talking about the R word, not results, not rain, not raisins. We're talking about the recession. And, it's interesting because so many people are like, well, we're not in a recession. Here's the reality. At some point, we will be again, whether you believe we are or not, or we're going to be, or wherever we're at. I know many people are talking about the economy right now. And if you look at it, on February 5th of this year, the Dow dropped 1,175 points. It was the biggest one-day drop in history. At the peak of the recession in 2008, September 29th, it dropped only 777 points. So, you look at GM just laid off 14,000 people. The real estate confidence index is low, and we're not in a recession. My name is Susan Slide. This is Bulletproof Monday. I teach small business owners and solopreneurs how to get ahead, become more productive, and live a ridiculously fulfilling life. I want to acknowledge all of you who are here, whether you're here live or whether you're watching this in the recording. So a couple shouts out. Hey, Ryan and Laura and Rial Hadass. I want to acknowledge all of you. And I want to give a special shout out to Bruce Corkill. Bruce is retired from the police service, and he tunes in every single Monday. He has this on his calendar, so check it out. And if this is a great show, I'd love for you to share it. Quick announcement. On Christmas Eve, I am going to be doing 24 habits that are going to help you have an above and beyond 2019. I'm going to do that show at 10 in the morning Mountain, noon Pacific. I'm here in Scottsdale, Arizona, so we're in Mountain Time right now. So mark your calendars. Let everyone know. It's going to be amazing. So I want to get right into the goods right now. So my question for you is, are you feeling confident about the economy right now? Yes or no? Just go ahead in the chat. If you're watching this live on Facebook, you can chat. I'll see it. If you're watching it on YouTube, I won't see your chat, but go ahead and comment below. I will read all your comments. So do you feel confident in the economy? A lot of people don't. And in fact, there are more houses going up for sale in my neighborhood. They're popping up for sale signs like dandelions. In Silicon Valley alone, 71%, 69 to 71% of the homes that are for sale have actually reduced their price. We're seeing layoffs like crazy, economic softening, and the market started down today. Then it was up a little bit at the close, I think up 34 points. And, we're so used to a market dropping 500 points in a day, and we're not even thinking anything of it. Give your head a shake. During the last recession, I actually did really, really well. You know why? Because I hustled. I worked harder. I did more presentations. I prospected more. I followed up more. I put myself out there more. And one of the things I've been telling my entire team, we went from 2 to 9 people working for me in the last year. I am like, guys, this is the time to hustle. We are going to work 30% harder than anyone else. And in fact, we're going to work so hard. We're going to make other people look like they're standing still. Why? I have a digital marketing agency, and we specialize in working with small business owners. And it's fascinating to me, the people who are like, well, I'm just going to go on social media and post, and that's my marketing strategy for 2019. No, that is not a strategy. So with that, I want to get into the top 5 mistakes small business owners make during a recession and what you can do about them so you can be bulletproof. If that sounds good, just shake your head yes. All right, let's get into the first one. The biggest mistake small business owners make is panic. So if you subscribe to SusanSly.com, I will send you these notes. So I write notes before I do Bulletproof Monday. I will send you all the notes. So you don't have to take notes. You can if you want. Just go to SusanSly.com and I will give them to you. So lying awake, having anxiety, fear, panic, write this down. What I focus on expands. And what my mentor used to say to me, Kathy Smith, she was like, Susan, where your focus goes, your energy flows. So if you're focused on anxiety, fear, worry, you're going to get more of that. And I'll trust me when I tell you this, that if you are focused on problems, do you think you're going to get more problems? Yes. But if you're focused on solutions, you're going to get more solutions. So during a recession or an economic softening, or maybe your income is down this year over last year. I was talking to a girlfriend of mine, her income is down in one business. She has multiple, 10%. That's not a lot comparatively. I know some people this year, they're down 30, 40% over 1 to 2 years ago. And so panicking, looking around for other opportunities, freaking out, none of this is going to help you whatsoever. So how do you make yourself different? The first thing you want to do is take a look at what your assets are. If you are healthy, that is an asset. If you have a product or service that you can market, that is an asset. If you are part of a business that, like say, I know many of you are network marketers. During a recession, it's one of the best businesses to be in. I really don't care what anyone else says. All the people who put down network marketing haven't made what I've made in network marketing. And in fact, during the last recession, network marketing paid for my mortgage, my kids' private school, tithing, it paid for everything. So it is a great business if you know how to work it. Network marketing is a business you don't have to panic about. Why? Because someone else is going to make your product or your service and deliver it to your customers. Number two, you don't have to worry about supply chain issues. Number three, you don't have to deal with things like digital marketing, taxes, and 5 million other things. All you have to do is market your product and develop people. It's a no-brainer. So I just want to say that as an aside. I know some of you aren't in network marketing. It is one of my 3 businesses, so I love it. The thing about panic is that in order to bring yourself to a place of focusing on prosperity instead of panic, looking at your assets, asking yourself, what can I do? Being more empowering as opposed to what can't I do? What can I do? I know people who panic all the time. They'll panic over the least little thing. And when the market drops, they should be panicking and they're like, well, it's not going to affect me. I mean, get your head out of the sand. The reality is that there is no time to panic. Okay. Would you rather be in a crisis with someone who's panicking and freaking out or someone who's calm? Obviously the calm person. And the truth is, during a recession, the beautiful thing is, if you are sitting on some cash, which I'll talk about in a moment, you can get people that are amazing web developers, digital marketers, graphic artists. You can get them for pennies on the dollar because everyone else is panicking and you're going to be prosperous and calm. So make a list of your assets, make a list of your gratitude, focus on solutions. For every problem you see, figure out a minimum of 3 to 4 solutions for it. Find someone who's gone through the recession before and navigated it. I know people who lost their business in the last recession. They're not the people you ask for advice during a recession. The people who came through the last recession soaring, they're the people you ask for advice. The other thing I want to tell you, 60% of Fortune 500 companies were started during a recession. So it's about your mindset. Panic versus prosperity, you already know which one you need to focus on. All right, number 2, people who don't take stock of their resources. So I mentioned talking about your assets, but let's talk about your resources. So during a recession, business owners, what they'll often do is they will focus on all their debts and all their liabilities. Well, what are your resources? Do you have some things you can sell? Do you have a skill? My dad, Joe, hi dad, he watches every Monday. My dad always said, Susan's skills will pay the bills. As long as you have skills and certifications, you'll never go hungry. So one of the skills I have is that I'm a certified coach. So I can hang out my coaching shingle as an example. For years, I was a certified personal trainer, certified nutritionist. I always had a side hustle. I was coaching and seeing clients on the side. I actually just got a text not that long ago from a very famous former NHL player. He's like, hey, my nephew lives in Scottsdale. Are you still training clients? I'm like, no, sweetheart, I'm not. But it's funny, when you're really good at something, your reputation lasts. But if I had to put out my shingle as a trainer, as a nutritionist, as a coach, as of whatever, I could do it. It's a resource I have. Riel Andrews, who's watching right now, he also works for the agency and he teaches video skills. You want to take his course. He is an Emmy award-winning actor. Would you think that's a skill that you would want to learn? Do you think having a resource skill like being able to sell on video would be a good thing during a recession? 100% it would. So what are some skills you have? What are some things you can do to make money as you're going through a recession? That's a resource. Time is a resource. If your kids are in school, I'm a parent. Thank you, God. My kids are in school now. I love my children. I do. When they were at home, I didn't have as much time to work. Your kids are in school. Your kids are out of the house. Time is a resource. Health is a resource. Take stock of the resources. One of the things that's fascinating is during a recession, people tend to hold on, hold on, hold on. And you might be saying, well, Susan, what do you know about that? Well, during the economic downturn that happened in the late 90s, when everyone was freaking out about Y2K, I was one of those people holding on to all of my business by a thread. And I didn't pay attention to my resources. I didn't take stock, and I ended up losing that business. So make a list of your resources today. The next thing, biggest mistake business owners make is not creating an emergency fund. I am sorry, but if you do not have 6 months operating expenses for your business in the bank, you are fooling yourself and you are just playing around. I'm not even kidding. So do you have 6 months of salaries, rent, electric bills, operating costs? If you don't, you need to, and stop borrowing money. I don't care. People are like, well, borrow money to make money. Show me the math. The math never works. There is no good ROI in borrowing money. Let me give you an example. Let's say you borrow money at 5% and you're like, well, the stock market's really low. I'm going to buy stocks right now and I'm going to get, mutual funds and things at 10%. No, you're not, because there are fees to those things. I'm going to borrow money. I'm going to take equity out of my house and start a business. That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. Because what if your business fails? You're going to lose your business and your house. What you do is you work your butt off, you get cash in the bank. And here's the thing, one of the last businesses I started, it was profitable in 4 freaking hours. And did I go celebrate and spend all that money? No, I sat on the money and I kept the cash there, and I had the emergency fund. And just recently, myself and my business partner in that venture, we just took money out of the business because we'd paid everything off. Okay, so you need to have an emergency fund. Number 4, big mistake is not letting people go soon enough. Now, for those of you in network marketing, you don't have a staff, this isn't for you. But maybe you need to cut some people out of your life. During economic good times, people will hold on to people. They'll be like, oh, I'm holding on to that person. I know they're average. You don't deserve average people on your team in your life. You deserve above average people. You deserve people who will hustle, who will work hard, who will show up with a positive attitude. For every one job you have, there are hundreds of qualified people. In my LinkedIn inbox right now, I have for Radius AI, which the company I'm the CCO of, I have an application for someone who wants to hustle. They want to be a commission salesperson. That's great. I probably have 10 phone calls I could make right now and get 10 really good commission salespeople who are willing to hustle. During a recession, you might have to let people go. Or if you are an employer, you can renegotiate and say, hey, I can't do the salary right now. General Motors, pay attention. Maybe you could have done this instead of laying off 14,000 people and wrecking their holidays, and say, listen, I can't afford to do this right now, but are you willing to do some commission work? During the last big recession, I was running through the airport in Hong Kong and I get this phone call and it's Forbes magazine. They're like, Susan, will you do a quote for us? People are laying off all these people. And the reality is some of the first people to go during the last recession, who can tell me? Who was it? They were employees, and what companies did, they let go of a lot of men and a lot of standard employees, middle managers. Now, why? Because here's what they found. They found that women were able to create a lot of calm in an office, so that was one thing. Number 2, let's face it, they were paying women less than men, okay? And they still are to a certain extent. But the other thing, guess who the last people were to lose their jobs? The last people are always the salespeople. One of the skills God gave me is I can sell, but that was developed. I have been the top producing sales manager in the largest health club chain in the world. I've been the top producing sales team leader in one of the biggest tech companies in the world. I'm doing a pre-Series A funding round for an AI company because I can sell. I've built a team in network marketing, which for a particular company has generated, I won't even tell you the number, but a fortune for that company because I can sell. If you can sell, you will be just fine because companies do not lay off their best salespeople. They switch them over to 100% commission. So that's something just to renegotiate. And number 5 is the biggest mistake that business owners make during a recession is being naive about spending. Let's have the spending conversation, okay? Keep spending money on things that will make you money. Okay, so we're an Infusionsoft agency. Infusionsoft can make you money. Why? You can build unlimited landing pages. It's your client communication. You can have your shopping cart right in there. But here's what people do stupidly, and this is how they lose their business. They would stop spending money on something like that, but they go buy a new Louis Vuitton handbag that they can't write off. Like give your head a shake. It's okay. I have clothes in my closet that I'm recycling. If the Duchess of Cambridge, who has a $300,000 a year clothing budget, can recycle her Jenny Packham, so can I. You can wear jeans from American Eagle right now. You can go to the consignment store, consign some of your clothes, whatever you need to do. Drive your car for another 3 years. You don't need a new car, but don't stop spending money on the things that actually make you money. And that's what business people do who end up losing their businesses or going broke or saying their network marketing doesn't work. They'll still spend money on something they can't write off. If you're going to Starbucks and you love Starbucks, take a prospect with you, take a business associate with you, write it off. But be smart about what you're spending money on and you will be just fine. So I know this is some tough love today, but here's the goal that I have. The reality is by year 5, 50% of small business owners lose their business. My goal is to move the needle and help more small business owners just like you succeed. And it takes a lot of gut and a lot of grit. And I will finish with this. I said to a group of leaders today, there are times to sow and times to harvest. If you want to be successful, you have to know the difference. Right now, my friends, I've been talking about the recession for almost a year. Right now, this is the time to sow and to sow and to sow, because the more you sow, the more you're going to harvest. This is not the harvest time right now. Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, a bunch of us are saying the exact same thing. It is the time to hustle. You will need to connect with 3 times the number of people, follow up with 3 times the number of people, put yourself out there, even if you don't feel like it. Now is the time. I want to close with this. In April 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, I am doing a 4-day immersion event here in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I want you to imagine becoming bulletproof mentally, emotionally, physically, learning how to market yourself online, learning skills that can pay the bills to get you paid. I have amazing speakers coming in. I'm going to be training every day on mindset, on the how-tos. Imagine being immersed where you're learning hypothetically about blogging and SEO, and then you take your laptop and you blog and you SEO. This event is, you can sit in an event for 4 days and take a lot of notes and you're not going to do anything. This event, you're going to learn, do, review. Learn, do, review. So you can find out more about that at just4days.com. The event right now is $997. The price is going up to $1,497. I don't know the date on that. My team does, but I will tell you it is somewhere you want to be. You're going to get to work with me. I'm only allowing, I think it's 110 people in. Tickets are going like that. It's insane. But we are going to work at the Hyatt Scottsdale. It is a beautiful, beautiful venue. We're going to work intensely together, and you will leave unstoppable. You will leave with projects that are not going to be half done. No notebooks full of notes that you never act on. You're going to leave with actually getting stuff done. So check it out, just4days.com. Don't forget, I'm going to be here next week. I'm actually going to be here live from New York next week. So you never know where I'm going to be. I could be on the streets of New York. I could be in a restaurant in New York. I don't know, but I'm going to be here live from New York, Bulletproof Monday. So check it out. It's going to be awesome. The following week, we are at noon Eastern, Christmas Eve, 24 habits to live into in 2019 to give you epic success. And with that, God bless. I love you guys. If this has been amazing, share it. I read every single one of your comments, and I will comment back to you if you just chat it. All right. God bless. Mwah. Love you guys.